Hi, Richard Swiderski here. I'm new to YouTube. This is my first real video, what you're looking at. So it's going to be a learning experience for me, and hopefully you can bear with me. Excuse my cluttered shop, but I just finished this Flaperon system and everything is a mess. All right, but anyway, so this is the heart of my Flaperon system. My first Kolb was an Ultrastar, and it had huge barn door ailerons for the whole length of the wing. I converted them into flaperons so I could have 45-degree flaps and still have aileron control. It greatly increased the range of what the Ultrastar could do. It would climb faster, fly slower. I could descend quicker with my nose raised high. I could easily come down 1,200 feet a minute and still be below 45 miles an hour. Also, I had them where it would reflex upward, which by reflexing your ailerons upward 6 or 12 degrees, you can effectively eliminate that wing area that would be occupied by the ailerons, which increases your load of the wing and increases your stall, but it allows you to land in squirrely wind a lot easier. You come in faster, but you got more control. Okay, anyway, so I wanted a Kolb that would do the same thing as my Ultrastar, and all the newer Firestars, I wanted a large wing of the Firestar, so I didn't look at the Firefly. The newer Firestars, the ailerons are greatly reduced in area, and they're just the last third of the wing, maybe, I'm not sure, roughly. So the early models had full-length, large barn door ailerons like the Ultrastar did. So I wanted an early model like that. I also wanted the 7-rib wing, so that made me look for a Firestar KXP1. They have the 7-rib ring and the large full-length barn door ailerons. Now, unlike the Firefly and the Slingshot and the newer Firestars, virtually all the other Kolbs, the aileron push-pull tubes are vertical, and the control linkage is way down by the fuselage. On the early ones, the aileron push-pull tubes were right below the root tube of the engine mount, and they were parallel to the engine mount. It kept things out of the airstream, which was kind of nice, but with all the drag, I don't know if you'd notice it. Because of this horizontal push-pull tubes, you cannot easily make flaperons like you can with the Firefly or the Slingshot. You could modify the later model Fireflies easy for flaperons, but you wouldn't have the full-length flaperons. So with this, I had to come up with a whole new aileron control mechanism, which is what you're looking at here. So it's operated by a vertical push-pull tube that goes down to the bottom of the fuselage and then into the aileron, into the joystick mixer. So this is, when you're turning left and right, this goes up and down, okay? What I did was I cut off the pivot point that's welded at the bottom of the chromoly root tube, and it's vertical. I cut it off, and I replaced it with a new pivot point that can slide forward and back. All right, so here's the new pivot point. It's mounted to 3/4 inch of aluminum pressed into it really tight and then bolted down there. All right, so by having that pivot point move forward and back, like when it moves forward, it pulls both aileron push-pull tubes forward with it, which means both ailerons are pulled down and become flaps. Similarly, if I go push it backwards, slide this backwards, both ailerons are reflexed upwards. This would be the approximate neutral as it sits. So the original pivot point would have been here, and now it's movable on this 1.5 inch square slide, which a lot of different people make them on the internet. I didn't. This is the other pivot point that needs to move in direct relationship with the vertical one. So I didn't have to cut it off. It would have been mounted on welded on a root tube here. I left it in case I might want to use it for something someday. But anyway, so this is the second pivot point here. And it moves together with the vertical pivot point. I think that about does it. I better stop. I don't know how long I can do this. I'll continue on with another video.